Ladies and gentlemen, in this video, I'm going to tell you what a staff member who works in my congressional representative's office just told me after I asked him to look into a request that I made to the SBA for more funds through the Economic Injury Disaster Loan Program. As you know, it's the same tactic that numerous applicants for EIDLs have reported to have the SBA deposit their EIDL grants into their bank accounts within 1 to 3 days. First off, let me go ahead and put everything into context. Bear with me and watch this video until the end so I can tell you how you can locate your congressional representatives and have them facilitate your applications and any requests that you make to the SBA. As I reported on my last video, I told you that I am a small business owner located in Queens, New York City. And the pandemic probably hit New York City the hardest. Queens, as I call it, it's the epicenter of the epicenter. About 6,000 deaths so far here in Queens due to the pandemic. New York State, as you know, has been the longest to roll out a reopening. A number of my clients, all of my clients practically, have either slowed down the reopening process or they haven't opened at all. That said, I've had to issue numerous discounts, have had to work pro bono. I've helped train thousands of entrepreneurs to sharpen up their internet marketing skills, Facebook advertising and such. Programs that we used to charge money for, we're not charging a dime. That said, we've exhausted our funds that the SBA dispersed to us through the Economic Injury Disaster Loan Program. I applied in March and I made a request to the SBA for more funding. So, as per the previous video, I went ahead and used this tactic that people are using. And this is some advice that people who work with the SBA actually gave me. So it's not even from me, because I was probably the first person to report that you can go ahead and have your congressional representatives contact the SBA to, quote, white glove your application or whatever request that you have through the SBA. And they'll go ahead and take that seriously and do what they can to facilitate your processing through the Small Business Administration. And I decided to use that tactic. So I called them, as I told you in my previous video, and all my calls went straight to voicemail. So I was complaining in the previous video and how I was realizing, you know what, they're on July 4th recess. But how they're going to be on July 4th recess, it's an outrage because we are in the midst of this pandemic. As Dallas Federal Reserve President Bob Kaplan reported this morning during an interview, he stated that we are still in the teeth of this thing. And if people don't follow health protocols, we're not going to recover economically. And as you see, cases in Florida just surged yesterday, 15,000 new cases. It's a record. So, and New York State's been real slow in reopening. That's it. So I called them, and surprisingly so, Congressman Hakeem Jeffries, who represents my district in the House of Representatives, one of his staff members called me, and she gave me a privacy request form that you can see on the screen right now. I had to complete this privacy request form, and I went ahead and sent it back to her. And I also gave her my application number, and I gave her the email address that I told you about, that you have to issue, they have to give to your congressional representatives. It's FOCW, Congressional Inquiries at SBA.gov. This email is the email that your congressional representative has to use to go ahead and communicate with the SBA. You don't use this email. It's for government use only. Now, for you to go ahead, and we'll see what happens after that. I'll go ahead and keep you posted. For you to identify who is your congressional representative, you go ahead and visit this website right here, govtrack.us, and you go ahead and type your address in this field right here where it's requesting your address. Click the button to submit the form, and it goes ahead and loads. As you can see, it loads up all of my representatives. These are representatives that I contacted. Senator Kirsten Gillibrand from New York, Senator Chuck Schumer from New York, and Congressman Hakeem Jeffries. So if you want to go ahead and contact congressional representatives to have them help you out in your application for the Economic Injury Disaster Loan or whatever inquiry that you have to file with the SBA or any other government agency, go ahead and look for them through this process. So let me know if you have any questions. Feel free to leave your questions in your comments section below. Also, feel free to post any of your thoughts and your feelings regarding this process. Watch this video right here for additional stimulus coverage. Click the like button if you liked the video. Click the subscribe button to stay on top of my findings. I will do my best to report what other people will not. May God bless you. May God bless the United States of America and everybody else on this planet. Talk soon.